It's finally here, almost unbelievably. After some of the most ardent admirers and reservation holders had almost given up on it, the Volvo EX30, the much anticipated small EV, had huge expectations riding on it, though in a much more normal world and normal times. After all the uncertainty, it suddenly showed up. It was supposed to be offering safety, design, and sustainability in a smaller city friendly package, all on the baseline Volvo style and comfort. I was able to drive and experience it, and I'm presenting my impressions. So let's get started. The hood in the front curves down with the flat hammer design headlights. The Volvo logo sits in between with a strip beneath. There is some additional curve back just above the vents. The shape presents a good aero profile, and that will compound the benefits from the small size and an overall good exterior appearance. The headlights have LCDs that bring some design in the flashing lights with the DRLs. In the rear, the EX30 has a rear spoiler that shades over the rear window that has a wiper and that slopes down. On the rear, the LED taillight set sits outside the hatch with the letters spelling Volvo in the middle. Under the hatch, it has a simple bumper built of plastic that should be easy to maintain. Additional turn lights adorn either side of the windscreen. The EX30 has a full glass roof and that makes it a very pleasant appearance. The shorter length of the EX30 though leaves little in terms of the legroom for the rear seats. The fairly flat floor does leave some healthy headroom though. This is the aero compromise SUVs are forced with, giving away some of the aero advantage. This is a small car at 166 inches in total length, but over 4,000 pounds in curb weight, and those things are still going to make it challenging getting more miles out with the given power. Volvo offers four interior options: the Breeze, the Mist, the Pine, and the Indigo. These will all depend on availability with the dealers. Given its small size, it does show the struggle to fit in all the material and features in a tight space. Features that are down to the bare bones and all of which are difficult to miss in the first 30 minutes of viewing the car. The EX30 offers heated seats that have a fixed headrest with fabric material and leather beneath. I don't consider these seats good enough for long trips. They are made as well as they can be, but to me they feel more on the fringes with Volvo standards. The rear folding seats are 60-40 and the seat belts look very ordinary. The rear seats offer some very tight floor space for someone my height. This is a small EV for a family with small kids, at best to be used point to point. Volvo calls it a 5-seater, but to me it's more like 4. Plenty on the doors is plastic with the soft touches put around the armrest, which has been placed there to its least required self. The aluminium door handle shows the tight cost control, if I can put it that way. In fact, it entirely seems to be on the mark with the lowest of costs, with the material tightly fitting in. The dash has some Alcantara-like material with a wide Harman Kardon speaker the size of a large soundbar. At the bottom is all plastic, out and out. Under the infotainment is the very unconventional glove box. It's taken out from what would have been a more conventional place under the dash on the passenger side. Under the glove box are two wireless charging pads with two USB ports. There is useful storage under the center console with a clamshell style opening with even more storage beneath, all in the small and tight space. The space under the armrest has been used for two pull-out cup holders. Those are really plasticky spokes to hold the cups, and I'm afraid very elementary on material. The steering is a four-sided square design covered with leather. On the left of the steering are the buttons for driver assistance. On the right are the buttons for the infotainment, track change, and a button for voice command. It will be useful to check these function as intended and ensure that the system is well dialed in. The stalk on the left has the option for wipers, headlights, and the turn signals. On the right is the shifter. On the steering column is the sensor for eye tracking. The EX30 has two USB ports each in the front and rear and a 12 volt in the cargo. That cargo is 11.2 cubic feet behind the row 2 and includes the 2.2 cubic feet in understorage. The front trunk is more of a small bin-like opening to place some folders probably, or some small objects at the most. Around 25% of all aluminium, 17% of all steel and plastics, and 30% of deco parts use recycled plastic plus recycled and renewable surfaces. When the EX30 was unveiled, it was indicated around $35,000. and the anticipation of an elegant Nordic look and feel made it very appealing in its teasers and promotions. To me, it's disappointed on both. It's not going to be anywhere under $45,000 with dealers, and yet with an interior make and feel anywhere nearer to justifying that price. I don't see it even leasing at a reasonable value. In all this, I will spare a thought for the genuine challenges this car has encountered getting here. The EX30 has a 69 kWh nominal battery pack. It charges at 153 kW peak DC and 11 kW AC. Let's look at some back of the envelope working to see how good that is. Dividing 70% of the pack, which is 10 to 80%, by say 50% of the peak DC rate and multiplying by 60 minutes, we can estimate an approximate duration in minutes for the 10 to 80 DC charging. So 70% of nominal 69 kWh or 48.3 kWh divided by 50% of the peak DC 153 kilowatts or 76.5 kilowatts multiplied by 60 minutes would be approximately 38 minutes. The usable battery could be say 65 kWh, but that's still 36 minutes or a very poor DC charging. This is a simple, not accurate, but a good measure to check the expected DC charging performance, and it's disappointing. Wait for inputs from the real world. The infotainment system is a Google suite with the voice assistant and the maps in the forefront. The software interface is very good, and I personally rate the Volvo version of Google far better than the one we see on GM and Honda cars. Having said that, I expect the car to actually deliver features that may not be fully dialed in at the time of delivery, and that will then be up to the expectations of the customer. Older drivers may really not notice this. The UI has the standard apps menu that displays shortcuts for Apple CarPlay, YouTube, the Google Play Store, Google Assistant, and Maps. The vehicle settings offer quick access to mirrors, glove box, ambient lights, trunk, wipers, and headlights. The front has a physical lever to open. The UI displays the state of charge, projected miles, and days to service in the car status. Most of it is very standard Google. The mobile app promises climate settings, charging control, managing software updates, and more. The car offers the Harman Kardon sound system with 9 speakers, 9 channels, 1040 watt output, and 1 subwoofer. The EX30 I drove had just one level of one pedal drive, and please call me out in the comments for that if I missed it. The EX30 offers a comfortable ride and has all the Volvo elegance when making turns and driving through curvy lanes. Though that's not going to be free of feeling the road bumps the way one would expect. On safety and driver assistance, the car lists automatic braking, lane keeping, the 360 camera, and adaptive cruise control. Volvo calls its ADAS Pilot Assist, and it includes lane changes. That's in addition to collision and other alerts. The Park Pilot Assist offers parking assistance, including parallel parking under driver supervision. The EX30 offers door opening alerts. In all, those are all good features, and I just hope those are all delivered fully functional with the car. The EX30 is 166.7 inches in length, 72.4 inches in width, 80 inches with mirrors, 61.2 inches in height. It has a wheelbase of 104.3 inches, an EPA rated range of 253 miles in the only twin motor configuration currently available. Range anyway is only relevant on long trips, and the car currently on offer has no native NACS, though Volvo has gained access and should be making it available soon. But as on date, it only has a CCS1 charge port, and it should ship with an adapter. As I have stated on several occasions, I don't recommend DC charging on adapters and simply don't consider it a long-term solution. It has a 12.3 inches portrait style center display and no instrument cluster. The road speed is displayed on the center display, much like the Model 3 and Y. The twin motors collectively offer 422 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, and 3.4 seconds for 0 to 60. It has the 19-inch wheels at 245/45 R19 both front and rear. On the whole, this car disappoints on its use of material and its very tight design. Notwithstanding the difficulties it's encountered coming to market, it's still far short of what could have easily been a carefully delivered package of few yet impressive features. Even accounting for the very ordinary material and design, it's lost on the opportunity to deliver a really good car, especially as it's the kind of cars we need that are small and equipped with the right safety systems and technology. The price points appear way off the expectations held earlier. It's not coming anywhere under $45,000, and that itself is a big disappointment. Even leasing is likely to be way more expensive than the other options we see currently. If you'd like to see my repeat visit of the Honda Prologue, you can check that video here or via its link in the description. See you in the next one.